Welcome everyone to Trailblazers on the Disability Channel. My name is Susan Stewart. I'm your host. We'll be right back with our first guest, the passionate, multi-passionate Simone Walsh will be my first guest. Welcome back everyone to Trailblazers. I'm your host, Susan Stewart. I have here the multi-passionate entrepreneur, community advocate, Simone Walsh. Welcome to our show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Simone, we're just going to get right to it because we have many viewers all across Canada and some in the States, I believe, who are watching this. Would you just share a little bit of your journey to where you are now?
Well, I'm an advocate for mental health, and I'm also an author of my first book, Poetic Diary of a Bleeding Heart. And I became an advocate for mental health because I personally went through a mental illness, and I felt that there wasn't much support out there for individuals who were suffering or didn't know who to speak to. So I became an advocate, and I also decided to publish my book to help bring awareness. So that's where I am right now with my journey.
Well, you're very humble, Simone. I know. You sent me your bio, and your bio is littered with a lot of impressive stuff.
Thank you.
So, transformative mission. Would you like to expand on that? Let our viewers hear about what that mission that you have?
With the transformation, it's basically with my clothing line. I started out as a designer. I had a clothing line. Well, I still do have it, but it's more at the background right now, where my clothing line was called Monodic, and when a lady wears it, they feel like they've transformed. My slogan was having the power to attract. So once you put on the garment, everybody looks at you and they're like, ooh, where did you get that dress? Or who are you wearing? So it made them feel like they transformed into a different person. So I did that with my clothing, and recently I've been trying to do that with my poetry.
Okay. And how did you what prompted you to write that book?
What prompted me to write the book
Show our viewers.
This is the book, Poetic Diary of a Bleeding Heart. What prompted me to write the book is I never wanted to publish. I started to journalize and kept a journal. And when I was going through my storm and my depression, and I saw my therapist, I had my journal with me, and I would write poems, and every session she would ask me to read it, or she would read it, and she says, you know, your poems are quite good. You should look into publishing. And I thought she was joking. I didn't take her seriously, but she said, people need to hear your story, because from the first time I met you, your poems were dark and they were so sad. But now as you're getting close to the end, they're very uplifting, they're very happy. So I think you should seek publishing and let others know what the journey of depression looks like. So I took her advice and met with a few publishers, and here's my book today. You know, so because of her, I took that first step.
How many poems are in that book?
There is quite a few poems. It's 258 pages.
Wow.
But it's mixed with poetry and self-help activities, journal entries, and I take my readers on a journey. So they not only read the poems, but I actually get them to do some activities to help them as well.
Okay. What poem in there do you like the most? What one stands out for you? Which one do you, if you wouldn't?
I have a few. I guess I would say Remembering Courage.
Can you read that?
Oh boy, Suzanne.
Read it. Why not? Our viewers would love to. I'd love to hear a little bit of your poetry myself.
Remembering Courage. Let me find it. It's close to the end here. I like that one because it's about remembering who I was and just coming back into myself. You know, once you go through depression, it's a dark phase. So you have to come back into the light. This is on page 188.
Go ahead. Give them a little sneak peek.
Remembering Courage. I am remembering life at its best, rustling against my cheek, streaming freely throughout my veins. I am remembering existing in the finest hour among the living, laughing obsessively with the peculiarities of love. I am remembering days of long ago, affairs with time, jaywalking on the streets of destiny. I am remembering who I was and who I am, feeding on kindness, loving endlessly in blindness, As this nest of past recollection distracts my ammunition, I am slowly paving the way into tomorrows and get beyond my yesterdays, for I am remembering courage. Just a little
Awesome.
bit.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
I want our audience to read, to hear, because I know that there's a lot of emotion involved in that, and I know that reading through your bio, you talked about being bullied and harassed. That led to that book, and I think you need to speak to some people that are being bullied and harassed on that issue.
Well, that is where I started. I was a victim of harassment and bullying, and it led me into my depression. At the time, I didn't know what a mental illness was. When the doctor diagnosed me with depression, I was like, depression? We don't really get that sort of stuff, you know. My background is Jamaican, so I feared telling my parents that I have depression. The doctor says I have depression, you know. So bullying, especially in that environment, it was very hard to come to terms with what I was going through. You have to document and you have to prove that you are being bullied. And I thought those things only happen at school or, you know, young kids going through it. You see it every day on the news, a little girl being bullied and so forth. So as an adult, I never thought I would come across being bullied. So to those who are experiencing bullying right now, I just want to let you know that keep a document as to what's happening so that, you know, if it comes to it, that you have to prove that, yes, I am being bullied, and just let your doctor and someone in your family know exactly what's happening so that they can always be there to support you.
Wow, I know you have a diploma in administration.
Yes.
Did you get that? What school did you get that?
That was at Seneca. I went back after the fashion design. I wanted to change course, administrative, and work in the hospital setting. So that's what I do now is I work with patients, register them and so forth, public records. But I just wanted a change of environment, a change of scenery.
Okay. Talk a little bit about Essence of Mind.
Essence of Mind.
Yes.
That is my charity. I registered the charity after I published my book.
Right.
And the charity is in support of families and individuals who are going through a mental illness and don't know exactly where to get help. So we lead them to the physiotherapist, we lead them to the counselor, we lead them to seminars that are free and let them know how they can get that support and that conversation at the dinner table. So Essence of Mind, we're fairly new. We're basically well known for our fundraising gala. We have it every October. It's a dinner and dance, and we have a keynote speaker. And it's fun. People interact with each other, and you leave feeling empowered to be able to help those who you know who are struggling with a mental illness.
So phenomenal. You're so precious. And so I'm happy to hear. I know you're younger than me. You're a young woman doing some great things
Thank you.
in our community. And I know that you've been nominated for some award that I did not know.
Yeah.
Could you just talk about that first one, that Female of Hope?
Yeah, the first one was at the IWAA International Women's Achievers Award. I received the Woman of Courage because they heard my story of how I came out so boldly to let people know that I went through depression.
Right.
And they were like, people don't just come out and tell people that they went through it. But I shared my story with young ladies and schools and let them know that I went through it. And because I went through it, they can also go through it and survive. So they thought my story was very courageous. And I was presented with that award. So I was very grateful. I wasn't really expecting it, but I was thankful for it.
That's awesome. I know that you've been also well respected by your MPs, and you were also invited to the House of Commons. What was that like?
Oh, the House of Commons, they actually sent us a plaque for Essence of Mind.
Okay.
They came to our gala and presented us with a plaque for the work that we do. They've heard of Essence of Mind, and families have reported that we've helped them. So it got back to the MP, and they came and presented us with a plaque. So we were very happy for that as well, very grateful.
What's next for you?
Oh boy, what's next for me? I believe what's next for me is I would like to go deeper with my charity. We really want to raise the elements to where we are right now. We're just helping individuals with seminars and educating them, but we'd like to do housing and maybe school and more funding for those individuals who don't know exactly where to turn.
Okay, okay, Simone. Now this is your opportunity. You're on camera. You have many viewers that are watching. What would help your charity? Like what would be beneficial to your charity? Like what help do you need moving forward? Like the bigger picture. Like you want to grow it.
Yeah.
What exactly is it that you need?
Well, right now with our charity, we are accepting sponsors. We always accept sponsors. We have many donations that come in, and it helps to help our program thrive. So we would like that. We do have our website if you'd like to donate to the charity. We welcome you to go there. I can give out the website, or
yeah. Well, you know what? We're just gonna hold that.
Okay.
We're gonna take a commercial, and we'll come back with that information.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Thanks. Welcome back, everyone, to Trailblazers. I'm your host, Susan Stewart. I'm here with the lovely and multi-passionate, doing some wonderful things in our community. She's an entrepreneur. She's a community advocate. Simone,
Yes.
this is your opportunity to tell our viewers where they can go to find more about you. And I'm sure there's going to be many people running you down.
Well, you can visit our website, which is www.myessenceofmind.org. And we also have an Instagram page, which is Essence of Mind Outreach Program. And also, if you're interested in my book, Poetic Diary of a Bleeding Heart, you can purchase it at Chapters. It's located at all your local chapters, and also Amazon.com. And also we have an event coming up February, which we are welcoming any viewers that are watching. If you're interested in coming out, it's a free event in support of Black History Month.
Yes.
It's called Black Trauma, and it's on February the 17th at the Toronto Plaza Hotel, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so we hope to see you there.
Last thing, Bell Talk is coming up
I know.
in 2 days.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Just give me your quick thoughts on that. I forgot to
Yeah.
mention that.
That's on Wednesday, I believe. Bell, let's
Right.
talk. I
Yes.
believe what they're doing is a good thing. It helps to have the conversation going. Us at Essence of Mind, we do have something that day. We create online chat rooms,
Right.
and we invite people to come in and talk about mental illness and where to get support. And what they're doing is a good thing. It helps to bring awareness, especially in the Black community, because before, not a lot of people could come out so boldly and say, Mom, Dad, I am going through something. But now I think they've opened the door and it's breaking down barriers. So kudos to Bell for what they're doing.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to take a commercial, and I'll be right back to wrap the show. Welcome back. I'm here with Simone Walsh. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you for
And I'm
having
wishing
me.
you the very best. I know
you.
sky's the limit for you.
Yes.
I like your passion
Thank
and
you.
your drive, and you're doing some amazing things. Continue, and I hope people that are watching invest in this woman, because you won't be disappointed. It's a great investment, I believe, anyways.
Thank you.
That's my thoughts, but thank you. I'm going to wrap the show right now and just let everyone know to come to my live recording for Trailblazers show at Air Mills Town Center on Tuesday, February the 6th at 7 p.m. Don't miss it, please. We're going to have lots of fun, studio fun, prizes, and a lot of things will be going on. Please don't miss it. If you want to get in touch with me, I am Susan Stewart on Twitter. Also on Twitter is I am Trailblazers2. We also are on the Disability Channel is on the Facebook. We have a Facebook page on the Disability Channel. Please pay attention to that. And I'm also on Facebook, Susan L. Stewart. Stay tuned till next time. Thank you for watching.